How did Roman myths reflect the Roman view of the afterlife? If you're curious about what happened to Romans after they passed away, you're about to uncover some fascinating insights. Roman myths paint a vivid picture of the afterlife, and it's quite different from what you might expect. When a Roman died, their journey didn't end there. According to Roman myths, the deceased was escorted to the river Styx by spirits. Here they met Charon, the ferryman, who required a coin, known as an obolus, to be placed in the deceased's mouth to pay for the crossing. This coin wasn't just about money. It symbolized the relationship between the gods and humans, acknowledging the gods' protection and guidance. Once across the river, the soul encountered Cerberus, the three-headed watchdog of the underworld, who was friendly unless someone tried to escape. The soul then faced the three judges, Minos, Rhadamanthus, and Aeacus. These judges evaluated the soul's life and determined its fate. The afterlife had several destinations. If you were a warrior or hero, you'd be sent to the Elysian Fields, a paradise where you'd live a life of bliss. Good citizens would end up in the plain of Asphodel, where they'd continue living a good life as shades. However, if you had offended the gods, you'd be punished in Tartarus by the Furies until your debt was paid. An interesting aspect is that there was no eternal damnation in the Roman underworld. Punishments were based on the severity of your crimes, and in some cases, you could even be sent back to the world of the living if you were unjustly murdered. Dis, the god of the underworld, or Persephone, the queen, could grant this reprieve. Roman myths also highlighted the importance of proper funerary rites. Without these rituals, a soul couldn't transition peacefully to the afterlife. This emphasis on rituals shows how the Romans valued the transition from life to death and the need to honor the gods throughout this process. In Roman mythology, the afterlife was not just a place of darkness but also offered peace and rewards for the worthy. The Isles of the Blessed, for example, were an ethereal paradise for the virtuous. This reflects the Roman values of justice and the belief that deeds in life would be rewarded or punished accordingly in the afterlife. The Roman underworld was governed by a pantheon of gods, each with specific roles. Pluto, the lord of the dead, ruled with a stern yet just hand, while Proserpina brought life to the realm of the dead. The Furies avenged crimes, and the judges of the dead determined the fate of each soul. These deities were both feared and revered, showing the complex nature of Roman beliefs about the afterlife. Roman myths about the afterlife were heavily influenced by Greek mythology, but were adapted to fit the Roman worldview. The Romans envisioned an afterlife where heroes could be elevated to divine status and villains could face retribution. This blend of mythologies created a rich and detailed picture of what lay beyond mortality. In essence, Roman myths about the afterlife reflect a society that valued justice, honored the gods, and believed in a continuation of life after death, where actions in life had direct consequences in the afterlife. This vision was both practical and reflective of Roman societal values, making the afterlife a significant part of their cultural and religious life.